Okay, so welcome everybody to day two of the summit. I'm Dr. Leon Perlman. I'm head of the Digital Financial Services Observatory at the Business School and founder and organizer, along with Mike this year, of the summit. We had a very successful day yesterday in 301, and I hope there's no people lingering around 301 in Eurosol trying to find this this venue today. There might be, so we've stationed somebody there. Yeah, we covered a hell of a lot of things yesterday. Today, the focus really is on innovators and investors, a lot of startups and innovators. And we have impact investing panel. We have Chris Skinner, of course, giving the keynote. We have VCs, and we have sandboxes and innovation hubs. So, great day. Bit of background for those who weren't here yesterday, but sorry for the repeats for those who were. Just an introduction briefly to to everybody organizing the summit. We're part of CITI, the Columbia Institute for Teleinformation, founded in 1983 by Professor Ali Noam, who'll be a bit later if you want to meet him. CITI has been involved in DFS, as it's called now, Digital Financial Services. Initially, it was mobile commerce, mobile payment, mobile money, and now it's digital financial services, which is really an omnibus term for services provided by financial services provided by mobile phones and everything in the ecosystem. So the Observatory was formed last year. We started our activities last year. It's the business and policy of DFS. A need was identified for dedicated legal policy and regulatory institute on DFS. We're funded, and we thank them again, by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. We had Jason Lamb from the Gates Foundation giving a keynote yesterday. And our objectives, very briefly: legal and business regulatory focus, thought and policy leadership, create centralized knowledge base for the DFS community worldwide, bridge silos between regulators, standard-setting bodies, doing a lot of capacity building with regulators and associated folks around the world, and convener for groups in the ecosystem. So activities so far, we've got a database, and Mike Wechsler will follow me afterwards or speak a bit more about it. Database of legal, regulatory, and policy on DFS globally. It's very comprehensive. Model DFS-related laws and regulations. We've got the annual summit. Webinars and roundtables, and commentaries analysis of new laws, regulations, DFS and its adjacencies. So here's our website. You can take a look at it, dfsobservatory.com. It is mobile friendly, so if you want to peek at your phones now to take a look at it, you'll see almost what you're seeing on the screen right now. That's the database. I won't linger on that because Mike will go into it in great detail. Here are webinars. We have webinars every 10 days or so. They are free. It's the only one of its kind which is really free, and it's a range of topics that we cover, everything from money laundering to digital ID to payment systems to mobile security to blockchain. And we have a few hundred participants at a time around the world. We start here at 6:30 a.m. We get up real early, but 6:30 a.m. is to cover all the decent time zones around the world, all the way up to Indonesia. That's why we get so many people. So the lack of sleep is worth it. And there's a quiz component to this. So those who are participating can take a not so easy quiz straight afterwards, or straight after the webinars, and those are graded. So a little bit about the summit. As I said, I've been doing this for this is the 6th annual summit I've organized. It's a unique cross-sector focus. So we mix it up. You don't get the usual suspects of just one ecosystem talking to each other. We get multi ecosystems. Yesterday was prime central of that. It's got a developing and developable focus. It's also unique in a sense. And now 2 days, so we open it up to Innovators and Investors Day, which is what you're here for. And the overall theme really is emerging payments, fintech, innovation, and blockchain. So again, this is the this is the theme for today. Please do tweet. We had lots of tweets yesterday. We also have a live stream. We had 2,000 people on the live stream yesterday. I expect more today. DFSNY17 is the hashtag, so please do so. Learn, network, and have fun. Importantly, ask some questions and do tweet. And now over to Mike Wechsler.
Thank you very much, Dr. Perlman. Good morning, everybody. And good morning, live stream. So welcome to the 6th Annual DFS Emerging Payments and Blockchain Summit as we load my presentation here. And our very first Innovators and Investors Day. We're very excited about this. I'm Michael Wechsler, Senior Researcher at the DFSO. And I am going to give you in a moment just a few short highlights about what we've been building, the website that Dr. Perlman talked about. While we're getting the presentation queued up, let me say a few words about Dr. Perlman, who is the founder and head of the DFSO and also the founder of this conference. Dr. Perlman is extremely knowledgeable and most enthusiastic about DFS, as am I. He often travels the globe and sometimes to remote locations, and I'll get some very interesting WhatsApp messages and photos from them. In relentless pursuit of noteworthy information concerning digital financial services, mobile money, mobile technologies, and also issues surrounding financial inclusion. So many of you know Dr. Perlman. I see a very friendly and familiar audience here. And I'm guessing that you can probably appreciate my reference of Dr. Perlman to friends and colleagues as the Indiana Jones of DFS. So what do we do at the Observatory? As Jason Lamb from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation said yesterday, when we were fortunate to have on day one, DFS is impacting. It's interesting. It's important. And it also is exciting, as you'll see some of the work that we're doing. And together, we're building something that we hope will serve important and useful for the DFS community as well as the world at large. And we invite everyone here to, and also on live stream, to contact us and be a part of the project and work with us. And I'll provide my information at the end of the slide, or it's right here. Excellent. So let me get to the presentation. I'd like to go ahead and show you a few highlights of what we've been building. Let's see. All right, here we go. So a couple of the highlights. This is the website. This is one of our country focus, the main page. These pictures, by the way, are from Dr. Perlman. And each one tells a story, which I'm not going to tell you about right now because we don't have enough time. But in short, this is what one of our country focus pages looks like. We've got a country background, statistics, information about DFS providers, overview of regulators. You can take time to go ahead and peruse the website. Our webinar page, which Dr. Perlman mentioned earlier, features compelling topics by distinguished and talented presenters. We've been fortunate to have, I believe Dr. Pragnell is in the audience. Dr. Pragnell, oh, there you are. We also had Professor Kevin Butler, who gave a webinar on security. I think it was a Tuesday morning at 6:30. And I don't want to scare anybody off here with 6:30 because we're Eastern Standard Time. These webinars are also going to be made available on our archive. Some of them will be at different times. So for those of you on the East Coast or even on the West Coast, don't be scared off by the starting time. Okay, here's our registration system. Some of what we've built actually is completely self-contained, so we don't go offline to other services. You come to our website. It's free. All you have to do is create an account, and then you can register for our seminars, keep updated about what we're doing. And let me tell you a little bit about the DFS Legal Library. So we currently have about 800 documents, and they're curated. And they're separated and identified by 60 different countries, 50 plus topics, 30 types, 25 authors, hundreds of keywords, and it spans over 50 years. Now, this doesn't really have a lot of context until you actually see what I'm talking about. So let's move on to the slide. And this is our advanced search, which, as you can see, we've got a whole list of countries. But what makes this useful is instead of having to go ahead and know what you're searching right from the beginning, and right now you've got all the different types of categories that we have, you can actually perform a search and then take a look at the different documents we have on the side and drill down through our documents to be able to pinpoint what document you wish to find within a host of different DFS-related services. The documents. The keywords field, which I've got highlighted over there, we've got a couple of hundred keywords so that if you're looking for a specific item and you don't know what keyword to search for, you can always browse our keywords and hopefully you'll be able to find a document that pertains to that particular keyword. So let's take a look at an average search. I chose to use the word bank because I figured bank would probably be in the database a couple of times. And we came up with a couple of records. As you can see, we have different topics. I happen to choose India as an example. And when you choose India, you have a bunch of different categories by topic, by type, by author. And what I'm going to do is choose circular and move on. But before I do, what I want to note about our database is we don't just include documents that are in force, meaning they're in effect. We also have documents that are in draft periods, documents that you might want to know about that will become important and in force in the future. So let's move along. As you can drill down into the database, I've chosen circular. We've got an author, which is the central bank or reserve bank. You can also continue to drill through and choose a topic. You can choose a year. This is really, I think, the power of our databases in being able to find the document that you want without having to know specifically what it is you need to search for right from the beginning. So I just chose an average document here from the Reserve Bank of India. You can take your time to search at your leisure. And that's about the end of my presentation since we've got a compelling group of speakers today. So thank you for listening. I'm Michael Wechsler, senior researcher here. My information is here. I invite you all to reach out to me and help build our resource. Thank you. I'm now going to hand the podium over to Dr. Leon Perlman.